Brian Palavai here with Mike Foote after his third place finish at the 2014 Ultra-Trail Mount Fuji. Nice run.
Thank you.
You're looking a little better than you were at the finish yesterday.
Yeah, I was tired. It was a long day out there.
We made an attempt to interview per your request, and turns out you're wasted at the end of 100 miles.
Yeah, I couldn't keep it together. Lost my voice a little bit, needed to sit down. It's a much better idea to wait a day for an interview.
Yeah. But here we are. You did have a spectacular race yesterday. It was a Mike Foote race, but not particularly for the reason it normally was. You just weren't feeling great early.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. It was very similar to actually how I felt at UTMB last year. I'm not really sure what it is. I need to address it. It was just, you know, from the outside looking in, maybe it looked like strategy, but it wasn't. I was wanting to push a little bit harder earlier on and allow myself to be in the mix a little bit more, and my body wasn't having it. And you know, I actually was the closest I've ever been to DNFing, I think, in an ultra around 50K. I just wasn't sure if I was going to turn things around, and you know, as it happens in these races of this distance, I was able to just bit by bit put food down and get my energy back and feel strong for the second half, which was great.
Nice. How did you convince yourself not to drop? We all go through those demons, front of the pack, back of the pack.
Right.
How do you?
You know, I think it's a little bit of pride having never DNF'd.
Okay.
You know, I think if it's not an injury, why would I?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, also experience. I think we've all been, you know, to that dark place, and just even though it feels like the first time, you just remind yourself that it'll pass, and you'll see yourself through the other side, and just a reminder that you can make up. I'm always impressed by how much time you can make up in the second half of these races. If you're able to speed up when everybody else is slowing down, you can gain 20 spots in a few hours. And
yeah. At what point did you really feel like your day had turned around? Not just okay, but it's a good day.
Yeah, it was exactly. Yeah, it was somewhere in the middle of the night. I was running with Nick Clark, and you know, I was in 20th spot for a while, and then you know, I caught up with Nick, and I think we went from 10th to 5th and 6th at some point, and we were just really feeling consistent. And it was surprisingly, it was on a road section, the long 20-kilometer section of road before getting into the Tenchi Mountains at aid station 8.
How did you find those Tenchi Mountains?
That was easily the most technical, steep, and challenging section of trail I've ever experienced in an ultra race. Just class 3 scrambling at times. But I felt strong through it. I mean, there was a huge, you know, hour-plus climb directly out of aid station 8 that I loved. You know, I just was able to power through it, and I passed 3 people on that climb. You know, was able to see the sunrise over Mount Fuji, right at the top of the course, the high point. And, you know, it was a little inspiring. It gave me some motivation for the last third of the race, to be honest.
Nice. But then you're coming off the Tenchi Mountains, and you get lost for a little while?
I did, yeah. You know, there was just a section of trail. I popped out of the mountains and was really close to the aid station, and somebody had parked a car on this dirt road, and the marker was on the left side where a turn was, and I went around the car to the right, and kind of wandered around for a bit looking for course markers, and finally came back, realized what I had done, and just tried to maintain composure. You know, I was pretty frustrated, but
because you were on that high, that's got to be
exactly.
interesting.
Yeah, I was feeling as good as I'd felt the entire race, but you know, just again knowing, okay, we have tons of time, and I didn't even lose. I think I might have lost 1 position actually in that 20 minutes.
And then you probably made that up right after the aid station. I think it was Antonio was right ahead of you.
Yeah, I ended up just passing him immediately. But you know, Francois was in a different race at that point, obviously, and he was all day. I mean, what he did yesterday was so incredible and such an impressive effort. And Ryan Sands is so strong, and he just maintained a really consistent pace at the end, so I wasn't able to close on him at all.
Yeah. Do you think it would have been a little different race with Ryan had you not lost those 20 minutes? Like, would there have been some contact on? I mean, it's 20 minutes still, but
yeah, I think I would have been a little bit more motivated. I was probably only 20 minutes or maybe even a little less behind him right when I got lost.
Yeah.
And you know, again, he's an incredible athlete, but I would have tried for something. You never know.
Yeah.
It would have been fun to feel like there's a little bit more contact there. Yeah.
It's pretty cool. You had your sister here crewing for you, and she's crewed you at other races.
Yeah.
Rachel has.
Yeah.
Is that a special special thing to have her at your races?
Absolutely, you know, I mean, we've had some crazy adventures together through running, and gotten to experience some amazing places. And yeah, it feels good to have that support from somebody that's so close to you, and you know, she can take it when I'm coming to the first half of the race. I came into a few aid stations, you know, I'm not proud of it, but angry and frustrated and feeling kind of unmotivated, and you know, she doesn't care about any of that. She knows. She's like, all right, well, I'll see you at the next one. And it's good to have somebody who can maintain that composure when maybe I'm not.
Yeah. What's up next for you? What are you focusing on the rest? You know.
Yeah. You know, I am going to do the Lavaredo Ultra-Trail in the Dolomites in late June, and and that'll be a big race. But you know, UTMB for the 4th year. Really excited to go back. This year I'm trying to switch things up a little bit and head over a little early. And actually spend some time training in the Alps. That's something I've never been able to do. I always just show up and race, and I want to go for runs there that, you know, are not the UTMB course, and experience the area, and I'm really excited about that.
So you'll give it another solid go this year, and
of course
go for that win, maybe. You've been up in the top 5 twice, so
yeah, I know. I've got to move up. You know, myself and about 50 other guys all want to win that race, so it'll be exciting as always, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Is Francois beatable on that, 100 miles on that course right now?
After yesterday, I'm not sure if Francois is beatable, but you know, really inspiring. I think he's one of the best in the world right now, and again, if this race had a lot more history to it, what he did yesterday, I think people would be able to realize a little bit more how incredible of a performance that was. And he just said in a press conference that he's really excited to come experience some US trails, and I really hope that's the case, because he is such an impressive athlete, and it'd be neat to see him race some really well-known US ultras in the future. So
I think we'll see that next year. That'd be great.
Absolutely.
Well, great run out there this week, and good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.
And a quick bonus question from one of our readers. Seeing a lot of the people cross the finish line, they're just covered in dirt.
Yeah.
Apparently you came across the line looking pretty clean and proper.
I don't believe that.
You didn't feel that way, did you?
No, it's funny, I fell a few times, but I normally fall a lot in training or any run I go on. You can ask any of my friends, but I kept on my feet more on this race than I thought I would, even in the technical sections.
Yeah?
Probably wasn't moving fast enough, but yeah, I heard Ryan came across pretty dirty, and I don't know what Francois looked like and everybody else, but yeah, I was able to clean off a little bit apparently. I don't know how.